Hi aspirants of Nagaland, welcome to another video. This is part 5 covering the series of covering geography of NPSC syllabus through MCQ. Now, without any delay, let's start. Our first question is, earthquakes are most commonly associated with which type of crustal movement? Orogeny, aporogeny, faulting and denudation. So, the right answer should be faulting. Faulting is basically related to the earthquake and caused by that. So, earth faulting is a right answer. Next question. Which layer of the earth is responsible for generating tectonic forces? Inner core, crust, asthenosphere, hydrosphere. So, technically, asthenosphere is causing the tectonic forces generation, who actually comes from the bottom, that is mantle, and breaks down the lithosphere and creates tectonic plate margins. So, asthenosphere is the mediocre layer which is causing the tectonic forces. Next, the intensity of an earthquake is measured using which scale? Richter, Mercalli, Fujita, Saffir-Simpson. C and D is not the related answer. Richter scale and Mercalli are close to this, but Richter scale we generally do not use for intensity, we see it for the magnitude. Mercalli scale is generally used for calculating the intensity of the earthquake. Okay, so Mercalli is the right answer. Next, transform plate boundaries are characterized by subduction, lateral sliding, continental collision, volcanic arcs. So, tectonic plate or transform plate boundaries are basically when the two plates move, crossing each other's path but do not collide or do not go away from each other. They just rub their edges. So, technically, they causes lateral sliding, or lateral sliding is the right answer. It's sliding, right? So, transform is that. Next, earthquake waves that travel through the interior of the earth are called body waves, surface waves, tsunami waves, crustal waves. C and D cannot be the answer. Body is the right answer. Body waves travel throughout the earth's interior. Next, which of the following waves cannot pass through the liquids? P wave, S wave, L wave, T wave. PS primary, SS secondary, LS love wave, and T is transverse wave. So basically S waves are the one who can only travel in solid surfaces. They cannot travel in liquid surfaces at all. So remember, this P, S and L type of wave coming from earthquake is really important question. Comes in examination oftenly. Next, the zone of high seismic activity around the Pacific Ocean is known as Mediterranean belt, ring of fire, alpine belt, Tethys belt. So technically ring of fire is the belt of Pacific, which is bordered with the Asia and America. Alright, so ring of fire is the right answer. Next question, which Indian region lies in the most active seismic zone? Zone 5, Western Ghat, Punjab plains, northeastern India, Odisha coast. Technically, we northeastern Indians are coming in category 5, zone 5, because we come very close to the two tectonic margins, that is Indian plate and Burmese plate. In fact, Himalayan belts also comes under very high risk zones, zone 5, and they are all actually come in a border of, or the tectonic margins of, Indian plate and Eurasian plate. So here the answer C is the right answer. Okay. Next question. Liquefaction occurs mainly rocky terrains, clay-rich stable soil, saturated loose sandy soil, dry desert soil. So generally C. Saturated loose sandy soil causes liquefaction generally. So that is the right answer. Which of the following is the point of the Earth's surface directly above the focus? So we all know that epicenter we often talk about is the ground reality or ground place, where we can find that from here the waves been dispersed of earthquake to the other parts. But epicenter is not the real place where the incident happens. Technically it happens in focus, since human being cannot reach at that event place. So exact upper location of that focus point is called epicenter. So B is the right answer. B, epicenter is the right answer. Next question. Which of the following is not a primary effect of an earthquake? Alright. Ground shaking, fault rupture, landslide, ground deformation. So technically almost all these things happens, but landslides generally causes after the loose soil get ruptured. So landslide becomes the answer of it. Next question. Tsunamis are usually generated by atmospheric pressure changes, deep focus earthquake, submarine earthquakes, or volcanic ash clouds. Technically, tsunamis are directly associated with the inner oceanic earthquakes. Not all earthquakes can cause tsunami, but tsunami is caused by earthquake. Alright, so earthquake must be very massive. It occurs especially in those regions where two tectonic margins are available, alright, or subduction is happening. Only there the tsunamis are generally occur. So deep focus earthquakes is the one of the priority, but submarine earthquakes causes most of the tsunamis generally. Submarine, like very not very deep, but at least in a moderate level. All right. Benioff zone are associated with hotspot volcanoes, subduction zone, rift valleys, or mid-ocean ridges. Remember, Benioff zone is the place where entire lithospheric layer melts off completely at astronosphere. So when it is subducted, let's say two plates are colliding, one plate collision, one densiest place goes down, and when it goes down, it completely melts at one place inside the earth. That place is called Benioff zone. All right, so we can call it as subduction zone is the right answer. This is called subduction. Okay, next question: which instrument detects the records earthquake waves? Hydrometer, seismograph, gravimeter, or geothermometer? So we easily know that seismograph is a right answer, who actually calculates the earthquake intensity. The greatest damage during an earthquake is caused by P waves, S wave, surface wave, tsunami waves. So surface waves generally causes greatest damage because it actually gives the wave-like condition of shaking to the land and damage the infrastructure a lot. So C is the right answer. What does the moment magnitude scale MW measure? Human perception of shaking, total energy release, duration of earthquake, speed of seismic wave. See, human perception of shaking is not very sure. It's not a particular measurement. So we technically take the term V, total energy released, how much energy released. Accordingly, the measurement has been taken. Next, the Himalayan regions experience frequent earthquakes because it is close to volcano, it is stable shield region, it is young fold mountains belt, it is far from plate boundaries. D is not the right answer. It is close to the plate boundaries, Indian plate and Eurasian plate. So technically we can say C, it is young fold mountains, so it is the right answer. They are caused formation due to the collision of these two plates. So they are very fresh and young fold mountains we consider. Which of the following results from vertical displacement along the fault? Folding, horst, graben, meandering, and sand dunes. Please read this question again. Following results for vertical displacement. Okay, so vertical displacement often occurs because of shaking of land generally, and horst and grabens are generally the features of it. Next, which of the following statement about deep focus earthquake is correct? They occur in divergent boundaries. They occur only up to 70 kilometers depth. They are found mainly along subduction zones. They cause maximum surface damage. So technically all are the one of the features of earthquake, but the right answer is C. They are found mainly along the subduction zones. Generally, deep earthquake happens when land goes very deep and there the blast or explosion happens. Last question of this topic is earthquake zones in India are classified by Central Pollution Control Board, Geological Survey of India, Bureau of Indian Standards, Ministry of Home Affairs. Remember in this, during just 2-3 months back, there was a current affairs that the sixth category was also introduced, all right, as under the part of seismic wave category, in which regions India, in what are the places who comes under sixth zone. So sixth zone is also being introduced, and that is introduced by C, Bureau of Indian Standards. They are the one who decides what kind of earthquake intensity or overall condition happens in all over India. So C is the right answer accordingly. So this is the Bureau of Indian Standards. Remember, Bureau of Indian Standards set up the places under category 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this type of zone. Now we have total 6 zones. All right. So with this, part 5 is over. Through this, we will always try to complete our knowledge of certain type of topics of geography through MCQ. Hope it will benefit all the aspirants as usual. So let's see you in part 6. Thank you.